Well, hello, my YouTube friend. It is today now 4 a.m. in France, and I cannot find my sleep because yesterday I sold this beautiful knife. And for those of you who know me, you know how much I love this knife. This is the GSD2. I am supposed to ship it early in the morning to the gentleman that just bought it, and I wanted, before shipping it, to make I'm sorry for the lighting, but it's really late and the family is sleeping. I wanted to make a long overview. I've never done that on YouTube, but it's not when you get a knife like that, you have some ideas, but it's just an overview per se. The long review after using a knife like that, I've never done that, and I wanted to do that before shipping this knife to his new owner. I wanted to make this long overview. Why? Because this knife has set all the standards that I love about knives. I'm absolutely not talking lightly when I say that, and I will try to explain that step by step. This knife is exactly what I'm looking at when I search for a standard for excellency. And without further ado, let's start with the handle. What I like on the handle on this is that the material are just fantastic. The carbon fiber, you see no voids in it. Look at that. Look at the reflection on the light on the carbon fiber. The material is well chosen. Then you have here the bolster in titanium. Nothing crazy, but what I like is that actually you have a scale and a bolster and a contouring. Look at that. You have this contouring here, a contouring here, a contouring here. And the fact that you have a bolster serves absolutely no purpose in a tactical knife other than giving the maker the possibility to make flush junction, as you can have on this one. Not only flush here, but flush here, flush here, flush here, wherever. It's absolutely seamless. I mean, he could go for something like straight like that. Why putting the hassle of doing this contouring? This is artistry. This is what I like, actually. You see? So nice material, nice contouring, nice junction. It's a way to express your art. That is something that I absolutely adore. And this one set the standard of the highest quality of the junction of, you see, no gap, nothing. Seamless junction, I think about this knife, and this sets the standard about that. Then after that, what do we, and the same here, I mean, on the spine, on the back spacer, everything is absolutely seamless. Then, you know that I love flipper better than thumb openings. The flipper tab, look at that. This is how a flipper tab should be. Makers, please, look at that. It's simple. You don't need a big and protrusive flipper tab. A small one like that. A couple of jimping on it. Looking right aligned with the pivot or just up above. Going just straight like that or going up but never down. This like that is more than enough to have the best flipping action you can imagine. You cannot miss a flipping action like that, and it's more than enough. Yeah, my friend, when I think about the perfect flipper tab, this is how it looks like, and this has set the standards for me of the best flipper tab, and I talked relentlessly about that. I don't understand why a maker would do anything different than that. It's beautiful, you see. It doesn't, it goes with the line. It's just a little bit protrusive, but nothing crazy compared to the other one that are big like that, like the RJ Martins or whatever. All the other, you know what I mean. You know what I say when I talk about that. So flipper tab, absolutely excellent. Then after that, when it's open, look at that. This is something that I absolutely adore. You have the flipper tab that follows here the curve here of the choil. This is just fantastic. It's simple. You just have to decide to do that on the design, but you have to think about that. When you have a product that is finished, people say, "Oh yeah, it's good," but they don't really interpret or think about what makes it so beautiful, such so neat, and those are the reason. This, the flipper tab follow the line here. Usually when you see a lot of flippers, you will have the scale that will be straight, and you will have here the flipper tab that is long and that cuts like that, like a perpendicular line that will cut the line of the flipper. Look at that. Look at this one. You cannot even tell that there is a flipper. Why? Because it's small, it's non-protrusive, and when it's open, it's designed in a way that it goes and that it follows the line of the choil here absolutely perfectly. You cannot even tell that there is a flipper tab here, and that is something that looks simple like that because it's here and you can see. But just check any other knife and you will see what I mean. You're gonna have the flipper tab wherever, and that's not gonna be as neat as it is on this one. So yeah, that's also a standard about the design. The flipper tab should be here, aligned with the choil. Then let's go with let's finish with the handle work while we're at it. Here we have we have a liner lock. Look at that. On the liner lock, you have here the cut on the liner. You see the groove that you have here. That this is something also that you don't find every time. So you have some edges, it can cut you or whatever. This is simple. You put your finger here, and as simply as that, you can disengage the blade. The engagement is just perfect. No stiffness whatsoever. That's a standard for a great action. Look at that. Boom, it's sucked inside. Look at this centering. Is absolutely spot on. I absolutely love the action on this one. I hate when a blade falls by its own weight. Just like that. That is the action that I adore. You do. Just simple as that. It's sucked inside. The detent is really, really, really strong. For a liner lock, this is an absolute perfect detent. So now let's go to the blade. The blade is absolutely what I love about blades. It's pure poetry because it's organic, really rounded like that, very, very organic. You have a big belly here. So for EDC, you have a lot of length. All the length is useful, for cutting task. It's very pointy, so for thrusting, it's also absolutely fantastic. Of course, you don't want to pry with a knife like that, for sure. But this blade is one of the most useful blade you can imagine, and yet, what a fantastic blade. Now look at the design of the blade, the flats that you have here. Look at this beautiful swedge. The flats that you have here, the line that you have up above here follows the line that you have here on the bolster. Look at that. Look how beautiful it is. This line following. This is also something that you have to analyze with time. It's not that obvious when you take the knife in hand, but it's just splendid design. I'm yet to see another design as well executed. Liong with this design hit the ball out of the park like big time, big time. And David Mosier executed the knife in a way that, to me, man, he never achieved such a fantastic job as on this one. Something I could live without. The hand rub that David gets, it doesn't get any better than that. Sorry, those are traces on my fingers, but the hand rub is just splendid. To me, I would compare. I mean, the best hand rub I've seen are David, this one on this knife, Salmon Arrow, and I would say John W. Smith. I haven't seen other makers doing such a fantastic and exquisite hand rub. So hand rub is just fantastic. What I don't really care for is, as usual, the marking here, the logos of the maker, the IKBS. It doesn't serve no purpose for me. And the logo of David, which I like actually, but to me the blade would be way better without all those marks. On the spine, we have here one of the best jimping ever. This knife, I called it a companion. Why? Because this is a knife that you carry with you every day, and it feels so good. The ergos are, look at my hands, they're big. This knife is a small knife. It's just a tad under 3 inch for the blade, and overall length is 7 something. But look at that. Even though it's a small knife, it fits perfectly. Look at that. 4 fingers. And I'm telling you, my hands are quite big. And yet, I have my 4 fingers on it. The guard is just fantastic. And here you have the jimping of the flipper tab that gives you some... the guard and prevents from slippery. And here you have one of the best jimping I've ever seen. Your finger won't go anywhere. It's just the step before hurting you. Let me see if I can catch that. Oh, come on. Yeah, just the step before hurting you, but it doesn't. I don't know how to explain that, but it gives you such a great feeling. You are so secured with this grip like that. It's just fantastic. So it carries perfectly. It's a lightweight knife, very nice carry. Look at the clip, 3D clip, as we like it. Small one, you don't need more than that. The tension is just, oh, I like this noise. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it one more time. Yeah, it was nice. So it carries perfectly in the pocket. Not too deep, not too... What is the difference of deep? Shallow, whatever. you know that in French, we don't have the difference of deep. We have deep, which is, we have a word for that. And shallow, we don't have a word in French, which is something that always blew my mind. Whatever, it's too late for me and I'm really starting to rambling. So yeah, the clip is a 3D clip with this beautiful finish here. The orange peel is just great. Something that I don't care much is the hole here. I hate holes on handles, but you know, some of you may like, you know, lanyard holes, so why not? I mean, you don't even see it. To be honest with you, I almost forgot that there were a hole here. So what more can I say about that? I think that I've been quite you know, thorough with that long overview. I'd say that the rest is in my previous video. I wanted to enhance all the qualities that I have in his knife and to assure you that even though I won't have it in my hands, I will always have it in my mind. And to me, truly, believe me, when I have a knife, this helped me to judge the merits of a knife. I compare it to that, and most of the time, unfortunately, the knife doesn't live by the standards of excellency of this knife. This is a knife that I would call excellent because it has the artistry. It has the function as a tool. As I said, you can carry that knife. So there are not a lot, I'm telling you, a lot of custom that I would carry. Look at that. I carried it 100 times and it's still like brand new, pristine. I said it as like new, and you can tell by the video that I'm not wrong when I say that. And I carried it. I'm telling you, I carried it more than once. So yeah. My friend, if ever you have the chance to grab one of these, you will be the happiest knife owner. And I'm really happy that my buddy Mark, that just bought this knife will get to enjoy it, because I know for a fact that he told me that he was looking for this for quite a while. So I'm really happy that this particular one that I loved so much will go to a nice home. And with that being said, I'm gonna go and try to get some sleep because it's very late, and I'll catch you very soon for another video. Bye bye, my friends.